Hi guys, okay, so please disregard the background a little bit. Apologies for the mess. We did like rearrange my office space, so that's kind of what you're getting right now. Hopefully I'll make it prettier at some point. So today I wanted to share with you guys, Pchan has been enrolled in agility since June of this year. So early this summer we started her in agility classes and it's been a ton of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and like just have us dive right into when we started to take the first class and how the progress has been. Pchan's first agility class. All set up. Waiting in line. There's like a tube. These like ramps, I guess. Jumping, a little donut hoop thing, and weaving equipment. Okay, so it turns out all of those equipments have actual names, and I'm happy to tell you what they are. There's the tunnel, which is a graduation requirement to pass agility 1 to 2. So that one's a very important one. And we learned later that dogs are actually not that fond of this particular piece of equipment. That's why it's so hard to graduate. The other two items you see in there, I think one's called an A-frame, and the other one, I can't remember the name, but it's like a very similar. It has like a beam in the center so that it goes up straight and then down, and that one's a lot thinner than the A-frame. And then the weave poles, I mentioned those can be tricky for like the larger dogs, and then you have a little jump and a little hoop or donut that the dogs can go through, and so these can be set up and configured in all different ways, but these are kind of the agility equipment that you start off with, or that we started off with in the class. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of how we start. Agility 1 focuses on equipment, getting familiar with the equipment, both for the trainer and the dog. And so there's, so yeah, it's just kind of a process to all of this.
Good job, much enthusiasm.
Okay, so as you saw, she walked across the A-frame. This was within the first or second week of her taking the class. So it's really easy. It can be really easy for certain dogs to pick up and certain equipment. So in our case, Pchan did really well on the A-frame and the weave poles. The jumping through the donut was a little bit more challenging, as well as walking across that beam that has sort of that straight bar across. And then of course the tunnel. I will show you a few more clips here where she does A-frame again, and as you can see, she's very food motivated, so that helps a lot with just getting her across to do even certain activities. And then eventually we do get her through the tunnel, which I'm happy to share. This took several tries, several classes to get her through.
Now, instead of switching hands, step on the side. I would also, for you to recommend a treat bag instead of having a little container, because it's just going to be more things. And why not buy them when they're on sale? So that works, then you don't even need to buy them. Good job.
Okay, so I'm happy to share that Pchan graduated Agility 1 after completing the tunnel. We did have to practice outside of class just to make sure she could do it like on her own. And I would say it took us about 4 to 6 classes before she passed, one class per week for about an hour. So it wasn't that long, and so it got progressively better as we got to do the classes. She got more familiar, and when we did some outside training with the tunnel. So all in all, I think it went really well. We decided to start her and enroll her a little later because agility was one of the first things that kind of excited me about doggy training, but given that she was a puppy and her joints were still developing, we decided to wait at least a year for her to before she would be taking agility class. I will say the how high she jumps does depend on how tall your dog is, so the trainer will adjust the height level based on your dog's height, and that's important because you shouldn't have your dog jumping too high to and from certain heights when it's not that healthy for them or can potentially injure them. So that's all. I will stay tuned for more as we go through Agility 2 and do more coursework. Thanks for watching. Bye. Guys, just one more thing I wanted to share with you guys. This is her graduation certificate that she got for passing Agility 1. So this is given to us from the Zoom room at Belmont, and it's really fun, so I do recommend taking classes there. You can check out the reviews on Yelp and Google. But yeah, Agility 1 passed. We're going through Agility 2. There's a lot more and new challenges involved with that, so happy to share that in the next video. Take care. Bye.